was a kid, we had a piano in the house. And one of the first songs that I learned playing on the piano, I didn't really spend a lot of time with the piano, but you know, when we got together, my brother and I would sit down and fool around on the piano. That was one that was really, really simple to play, Heart and Soul. And I'd play one part, my brother would play the other part. Remember that song? Heart and Soul. So we're going to use that song today, and we're going to use it to learn, just like we were learning on the piano. We're going to use it to learn how to finger pick. I know there's several of you out there that have said to me, I have such a hard time with teaching my fingers to finger pick. Well, I think this would be a good song. I actually picked one other as well. I Can't Help Falling in Love with Him. We're going to use both those songs today to learn how to finger pick, or to train your brain and your fingers to connect so that you can finger pick. Okay, so let's get started. Today we're going to learn finger picking. And this is for you that are first starting out and you just want to be able to teach your fingers to do what you're thinking. That's a real problem sometimes, the fingers connecting with the brain. And so it takes repetition. And I'm going to show you a couple songs today. One is Heart and Soul, and the other one is I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. The reason why I pick these, well, first of all, they have easy chords, beginner level chords, the G, the E minor, the C, the D. And second of all, I think they're really straightforward when it comes to picking. And so they have patterns to them that if you repeat it over and over again, eventually your brain and your fingers should connect. It takes time though, and everyone's different. Some learn faster than others, and that's okay. Just take your time, have fun with it, and just understand that a little bit each day goes a long way. Don't frustrate yourself. If you start getting frustrated, stop, do something else, and then come back to it. And then spend a little more time with it, because you'll find as you repeat it over and over and over again, eventually it'll happen, okay? And so we're going to start out with the easiest one, and then you take it, move with it, play it over and over again until your fingers can do it in their sleep, basically. You don't even have to think about it. You have a connection between the brain and the fingers. You create what they call muscle memory. So that song, Heart and Soul, that's a pretty simple song. It's only 4 chords, G, E minor, C, and D. Now you'll notice when I pick it, heart and soul, do-do-do-do-do-do. That when I'm picking that, my thumb is staying with these 3 strings right here. So you notice it has a job. Its job is 6, 5, and 4 strings, okay? And then these 3 fingers here, they're picking strings 3, 2, and 1. Now, there's many methods to do this, and not everyone uses this method. It depends on how you learned. I learned this style when I was young, and it stayed with me. Do I ever break the rules? Yes, I do all the time. But it's good to start out with some structure. And it was a great structure to learn when I first started learning guitar, because it taught me that I can pretty much pick out a melody, and I know which fingers, without even thinking about it, are going to play which strings, okay? But it takes time to get to that, and you have to practice it. Maybe do a little bit every day. Don't try to do it all at once. Don't frustrate yourself. You know, play. If you start feeling frustrated about it, stop. Do something else, or go back to strumming, or try something else, and then come back to it. Spend a little time, because as you do it, eventually it'll get easier and easier, because the brain will start connecting, and it becomes almost like a habit. When I pick strings 6, 5, and 4, you're going to see the thumb picking those up. You could wear a thumb pick if you want. I'm not wearing one right now. I'm just using my thumb. Okay, so it depends on what you feel comfortable with. You definitely can get more sound out of a thumb pick. And for certain styles of music, I think the thumb pick sounds the best. But I like the soft tone that you get from using just your thumb. So I play a lot like that. And so now the thumb again is going to be taking care of 6, 5, and 4. Right now I'm making a G chord here. And then these 3 fingers here, the first finger is going to take care of string 3, the middle finger 2, and the ring finger or the third finger is going to take care of string 1. We count the strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the lowest string, okay? So when I say string 6, I'm talking about that low string. The E, okay? All right. When you're picking Heart and Soul, there's a bass note that comes in, followed by a sequence of 3 picks. It's in 4/4 time, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is how you're going to pick this, okay? And 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice when I pick, my thumb is going to pick a bass note, and then these 3 fingers here are going to pick a sequence starting with string 3. And it's just going to go string 3, string 2, string a 1 while I'm making the chord that's up, okay? So it starts out with a G, and then it goes to an E minor, then it goes to a C, and then it goes to a D. Okay, so basically these fingers up here, you're just creating the chord, and then you come down here and let these fingers pick in sequence those strings, okay? All right, now when I picked the bass note, the note that I picked was the root note, basically the lowest root note. So I have the G here, and you'll notice I picked right here this low E string here where I'm playing a G, okay, because it's a G chord. There we go. And then I go to the E minor, and again I'm picking the E because it's the E minor. And then I go to the C, and I'm going to go to the root note for the C, which is here. That's a C note. That's a C note there too. Okay. That's nice to know because you play those notes all the way up in sequence, they're the same. Okay, all right. So there's the C. And so that's going to be, all right, so we have G, E minor, C. And then when I go to the D, we have the string E, A, D, E, A, D, right? So I'm going to pick that D string, the 4th string. All right. You got that? All right. So it sounds like this. Heart and soul. And that's the whole song, really, when you go through it. All right. Now, Heart and Soul, believe it or not, I think this is like 1938, but it still has a copyright. So if you sing it online, you'll actually get a ding. So that's why I'm not going to sing the words out. I'll maybe put the chords with it. But slow down to start with. Going slow is your best way of approaching it. And I'm going to slow down here again. Hard to do it slow. your practice right there, but try to bring it up a little bit where you can sing with it. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, so that's the song, and that's the practice. So that's a really good way to get your fingers used to those strings and picking those strings. If you repeat that over and over again, I guarantee it'll help. Now, we've just played that song using this sequence, but there's other ways you could pick it. You could pick. So what I did there was string 3, string 4, string 2. Instead of, I'm doing, again, you're just adding to your practice. See that? Okay. And then there's another one that you can do. Okay, so kind of save these up and then mix them up as you go along, because it'll be a good teacher for you. Okay, so we could do this too. So what I'm going to do is when I get down to the fingers, I'm going to do the thumb the same way every time. But when I get to the fingers, instead of that, okay, we're going to do, I'm just going to take these two fingers together and play them together. See that? So now I'm just even adding it, make it a little more complex. Okay? So try those methods and practice them, and it'll help you teach your fingers. Here's your job. This is what you got to do. Now, let me talk a little bit about how I'm holding my hand here. So you'll notice I have them in position of where they're going to play. They pretty much stay here. And you'll notice these fingers, they're not lined up like this, okay? This is a small guitar, and so this is a little Furch, the Pioneer. And so I've got a tuner on there, but my hand's going to come over and it's relaxed. And you'll notice it's not hyperextended either way. It's not like this, and it's not like this. Although at times I'll come down and just mute the strings a little bit. But for the most part, it's a very natural feel to it. See that? So when I pick, it feels more comfortable to me. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, there's how I hold the fingers. I'm using more of the flesh of my fingers. My nails, they kind of wear down from playing so much. Sometimes they'll grow out a little bit. Some people put fake nails on, to get a little more sound out of their picking, because they're picking with their nail instead. But I just pretty much, my fingers are calloused, and I can get sound. I'm playing just off the flesh. Sometimes it picks up a little nail, but for the most part, that's how I'm doing it. And the fingers are kind of pushing down. I'm not pulling up, and I'm sort of, it's kind of a nice, easy, just very slight pressure to the string, and then so you'll get a feel for that as you go along. It's going to feel awkward at first, but if you take the song, slow it down, start with that one, go to, and even. that helps you out. Okay, let's go to the next song. So there's going to be one chord that's going to be kind of tough. That's the B minor. Here's the shape. I'm only playing strings 4, 3, 2, and 1. Some people like to play it this way, where instead of putting that finger on the first string, they put it on the 5th string. So if that's more comfortable, that's fine. Some people bar this whole thing. But I just pretty much just pick it this way and just pick the 4 strings. That works. Sometimes I'll bar it up here on the 7th fret. I like that right there. But we're for today, right here. Strings 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this song is in a very unusual timing. It's a 6/8 timing, and so it's a lot different. Most songs we see it in 4/4 timing. You get 4 beats every measure. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. But this one here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6/8 timing. Okay, and here we go. We have this wise do da 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 do E minor C G D. Now, what's nice about this song is when you're finger picking, is it's very sequential. Again, it's thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and then back, second finger, first finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do. 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 Okay, so you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, all right. So the song's made up of G, B minor, E minor, C, and a D. Okay, so I'll put those chords up there, and you're going to have to work at that B minor if you've never done it before. The others I think are pretty simple. They're very easy chords that most people learn when they first start learning guitar. Okay, so again, the thumb's going to be responsible for strings 6, 5, and 4, and then these 3 fingers are strings 1, 2, and 3, or 3, 2, 1, however you want to say that. And again, I'm going to pick the bass notes, wise, and then for the B minor, I'm just going to pick the 4th string. So the thumb will take 4, and then E minor, C, okay, so for the most part, the finger is going to pick that root note. If it's a G, it's going to be the low G. If it's the E minor, it's going to be a low E. If it's the C, it's going to be the low C. Okay, so that's how the thumb is going to select, except for that B minor. It's actually picking that first note's actually, I think it's an F sharp, yeah. Yep. So it's going to be picking that F note instead, because it's right there, and I think it sounds good, so that's why I selected to do it that way. It's also easier, I think. Okay, so we have that part, so let's get started with it. There's the G. Now you notice when I make my G, I always lift this finger up. It's habit. The reason why is when I'm playing, sometimes it's nice to have that freed up. Sometimes I'll make the G like this, where it's a suspended chord that right now this ring finger is on the 3rd fret. Okay, I'm kind of getting off, but everyone has a style for doing things, so you may see this, you'll know why I'm doing it. Okay, all right, because I think most chord charts show it this way. Okay, but I just find this easiest right here. For me, anyways. Okay, so we're going to start out with a G. And I picked the low E, or the 6th string. And then I went to the B minor. And that thumb is picking the 4th string. And then we go to the E minor. And then I go to C. And I'm picking that C note there. There's C. And then I go to G. So with then I go to D, and of course the D is going to pick the 4th string. It's an open E string, D string, right there. Okay, so the song will sound like this: G, B minor, E minor, only fool C, G, go to D. There's that 6/8 timing there. Okay, all right. So set your metronome, set it slow, and this is just another song that you can take and use it to teach your fingers to pick. And if you work on these over and over again, eventually you'll get used to it. And they'll start getting used to playing certain strings. And you'll become more comfortable with it. But you have to start somewhere. I think this is a good place to start. And I hope you have fun with it. Main thing is have fun with it. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you haven't, it helps my channel. It really does. And I think that I'm going to leave it right there. And I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.